Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia. Uh, okay, we got the camera going. Okay, I'm the head trader and one of the coaches at TradeGATEHub. So this morning it is February 23rd, a little after 11 o'clock. We have to catch our bearings here. You know what? I have several screens, and obviously I want to keep my quotes open of my universe, if you will. I'm not looking at the P&L because I'm not looking at every tick, but I don't want to get distracted because when things blink, it takes out my eye. So what I'm going to have to do is change screens or at least cover them up so I give the proper attention. Okay. The bottom line is let's sign into TradeGATEHub. Here we have TradeView Market site. I sign in the TradeGATEHub the same as everybody else. It's that easy. We made it that easy, not only for me, but predominantly. Good morning, guys, for everyone. Okay. So before I get started again, as we're getting more and more viewers, which I do appreciate, especially a lot of participation. If you can go back to our the screen here, and I really appreciate it. We're working with, here it is, new share screen. Okay. All right. So we created, or the team created, a YouTube channel, which is the top right. And considering the guests that we've had here, including Ben and Peter, and I believe David is on Thursday. If you can go through TGH, we have. Yes, correct. That's going to be an interesting interview as well. So Helene was on last week and we had a repeat guest. So it's not only a testament to, I guess, to the team in TradeGATEHub, but the information that we're giving out. And you know what? The ultimate compliment is, well, the ultimate compliment is when Tim gets some sort of ideas and uses it to, to make money for the firm's book, if you will. But when I'm even having some of my peers, some of the guys that have been looking at this at TradeGATEHub for some time, and they even want to get in, when peers at my level want to get interested, then I really know we're doing things right, both on a content level and even on an aesthetic level, and with all the amenities you have. And listen, my original point was we create the YouTube channel, and that's for several reasons, just so we can get better, so you can go by and look at all the videos, but most of all, we have accountability, and the accountability is going back and what we said. And that's basically our track record, besides posting any, my universe or coach going through any trades. You know what I mean? Our YouTube channel is our accountability, and that's most important because it's a track record. And you know what? I used to think that you were only as good as your last trade, but I used to say that cliche a lot, but that can't be further away from the truth. So pardon, let's get into the routine. And that the routine is most important because, like what I said, when it comes to game time, you don't want to be fumbling around. So let's go to what happened this morning. And the data that I post is very consistent, even in the terms of the order that it's posted. So, just like the New York Knicks, when they go when they have a game and they start, they form two lines of people and they do their layups, and then every guy spots a shot. So, you know what I mean? It's the routine to get your memory down. So when again, not to be redundant, when it comes to game time, it's time to execute. Okay. So let's go to our chart here. Okay. Good morning. Michael Santoli is off this week because I always post videos for everybody to watch. But when was this? 2 days ago? Yeah, he did. Oh, yeah, 2 days ago. He did post something about the mystery broker. Now, the mystery broker is one person's opinion, naturally, but he's got a track record of 15, 20 years, if you will, dating all the way back to the Wall Street Journal and Barron's. Nobody knows who he is. It's a good opinion. He's usually a little bit early, as most pros are, but that's what he said about what's going on in the markets this morning. Certainly just, look at it, and it's not the Bible. It's something I gauge to. Sometimes he could be wrong, but it's just a major professional frame of reference that I bounce ideas off of. So let's go to S&P future sentiment. Right now, the futures, what I saw last time, they were breaking low. So, you know what? We're getting to the oversold territory, but you know what I mean? These oversolds are becoming rallies to short, not the sell-offs to buy, if you will. And we'll go through a couple of charts. Apple, Google, a couple of examples I'm looking at. NASDAQ sentiment, same thing. Don't be a hero. World markets. You know what? World markets I post because basically it's cocktail conversation. But listen, everybody knows I get up early. So some of these world markets that may bounce or may be oversold, overbought, or rallying or breaking out, for lack, I may play that into just being able to get out of some stocks early if the futures open up or down, or in that respective way that I'm playing them. It's certainly not one of my major methods, but I have to know where the world markets are. No, I don't have to. I'm generally interested. Sector sentiment. A lot is in the middle right now. So it really boiled down to stock picking. But you know what? As evidenced by today, Home Depot, I think, was $2 down $2 at one point. Well, Lowe's was up 10. They obviously used the Lowe's, a good number on Lowe's to sell off Home Depot. Dark pools. This is what really concerned me about going a little bit heavier. They sold into they took a, you know what, and they were right. Still, I see futures breaking low. So they sold into any strength going into yesterday. That may be changed. Equity, hedge fund equity exposure, obviously just correlate everything to the chart here. Whenever it's extended, it pulls back. Hedge fund dipped their toes a little bit, but you don't know. That is a buy signal, but it could have been a buy signal for crude or gold. It doesn't mean that everybody's saying this is the bottom on Square. And as I look at Square right now, it's not the bottom. So you never know what the hedge funds are doing. But if they are buying, I don't think it's certainly the, they're buying Apple intermittently. I don't even know if that's the play right now. I'm not sure what Apple's doing, but crude and gold sentiment, there's gold. Okay, the triple, the sentiment going back into what, 221? That's a year. And by the way, it's sentiment. It's not a chart. As we know, sentiment can be more extended than actual price action, if you will. So gold is extended a little bit. Crude, all right. Crude, I saw, was breaking a year high a little bit. Let me look at crude right now, the US. So we got out of the majority of it, and I'll show you right now, decent trade. It came off the top, but the crude certainly hovering near the high. So there's not much give back there. And it's a flight to safety as the futures go lower, for, if you will. Tough to trust the obvious rotation at the moment with all headline news. So you know what? We got out of a lot of our oil short. I'm still short the commodity a little bit, but I'm not married to it. And I'll show you in a second where the positions are. Total put call. You know what? It's not even extreme yet. With a war on hand. And what looks to me with these charts right now is interest rates are more prevalent than what's going on with the war in Russia and Ukraine. So, I want this to be higher. I'm not fearful. I'm not saying I'm not looking at my chops to buy any more Square right here. I did buy 200 more shares, but I'm certainly not putting my chips in. And I need extremes. I need fear. There's no fear. Bank of America's tech rebounds candidate, no surprise. These are best of breeds. And they're giving you something that everybody should know. FTNT is the best of cybersecurity for those that weren't that familiar with it. Okay. Tom Lee, you know what? He's wrong right now. A good risk reward moment for stocks. He's been on commodities right, but no, the overall market's been wrong. Pardon. ARC trades, for those that want to buy Kathy, she's just buying in a continuous down movement. Path was one of her favorite ideas. I sold it at 38. And I had to. Where's Path? It's 33. Here's Path. There's Path. If you can see that. Hold on a second. You see that chart? Put the ego aside on Path right here when it should have held at 35, 36. It's 33. But you know what? Kathy's buying it. So she's not afraid, if you will. But that's not for me at this point. It's not. So she's buying Path, Zoom, Shop. She's buying Tesla. Tesla's right now. I know, guys, the big guys. I hope this is transferring correctly, if you will. Changing chart. Tesla's a short. It has been a short. What would you like about Tesla here? Yes, okay. Last time it was down at this level. It did bounce and went back through the 200-day. But that's fine. And I get it. But it's a different market back then. Correlate the markets from 124 to 224. And let's look at the other ones. Let's look at NIO. NIO almost making year lows. I think XPEV was making year lows yesterday. No, it wasn't making year lows. It was making monthly lows, XPEV. XPEV is still no bargain. I think XPEV is a short. XPEV, NIO, Tesla. I mean, this is the big one they're watching. People are telling me Tesla's going to 600. Let's go to the weekly. So Tesla's on the it's teetering. It's teetering on the daily chart at the 200-day with volume, and on the weekly chart, breaking all moving averages. 600 is where. I don't know why they come up with 6. It's a good whole number, but Tesla I want nothing to do with it. That's bad news to me. Let's go back to my point. Okay. So ARC, they're out of the game. They're buying Roblox. I'm not even buying Roblox. They're buying Twilo. All right, I get it. They're buying Square. I bought a little bit. I bought 2% more of my position into where Nutella, where everybody knows we're a favorite. She's selling Planeteer, all the way down. She sold 11 million shares of Planeteer the last 3 days. Fact. And this is what Planeteer is doing. As a matter of fact, Planeteer was up today, I believe, 44 cents at one point. She's selling Planeteer. That was her right here the last 3 days. So Kathy's out of Planeteer. So this was almost like one of these balloons that you hold underwater and almost like wants to pop. But you know what? I don't want any part of it. This is a best of breed market, and Planeteer, if it maybe gets to 10, I'll buy a couple of thousand to monitor it, but I'm certainly not going to be in a different tax bracket by trying to get on Planeteer. Okay, let's go to more. So Kathy's still imploding. I mean, she's buying Square, Roblox, and Square. Hold on. Roblox and Square. And what do you like in Roblox here? The RSI isn't even oversold. Square. We're out of it. I'm buying. Look at the channel. You know what? Square. I might buy some more at 88, but I was selling it at 120 at the top of the channel. I have some options, but this is not even oversold. Square. Go to the weekly. Yeah, this is the channel. You know what I mean? That's why I started buying at 100, going back here. It's just dead. It's just dead. It needs a catalyst. It needs either major fundamental news, like Overstock, giddy up. Look at the reversal Overstock. So I was smart selling at 50. Here's my sales on Overstocks today. I sold a good chunk in the fund at 51 this morning. My sales in Overstock were at 47. It went to 50. Right now it's 43. No good. I'm okay with that. Stock went wide, and why did I sell Overstock? First of all, it was up 30%. I take a move on that anytime. But it got up to the 50 day, and it made a move from yesterday close to 36. It went to 51 and tested the 50 day. I had to take some off. And I had some options too. The question is, will I be looking to rebuy it? You know what? The answer is yes, probably 42-ish. But you know what? I didn't like the fact that Mara reversed. As we know, Overstock goes with crypto. It was Mara. Did I see it down 74 cents? Mara's negative. Mara went from 24 to 21.80. That's a big move, man, on a crypto. So you know what? I saw those cryptos going down, and that's why I took some of the Overstock. But if anyone that happened to day trade it, this is the open right here. So once it broke that open price of 48, it's almost like that Head and Shoulders, and broke the open. That's where you could even short it if you want, and had that drift. But you know what? I would have taken it off at these moving at 46 and it's 44. So you know what? It's tough. It's a stock picking market. So I don't feel bad selling Overstock. Even at the fund, I sold it at 51. I still have a couple thousand left, and I had to keep it. There's my P&L. That was my P&L for 400 shares of Overstock. Made 6,300. I sold some of it last night. But next, okay, let's get it. We're getting back to Kathy. Okay, let me share screen here. Hold on. A lot of data, guys. Okay, put call. Okay, 10-day put call after coming back from the range of nearly 2 years. So it's not even that extent. It's still a no man's land, as we say. It posted the Overstock, better late than never. Giddy up. Reggie, Tesla was up. I didn't like it. We always give economic numbers. Daily velocity scan. Lewis, you asked about this yesterday. Listen, just punch this up and go through the stocks and punch up the charts on these particular stocks. And you'll see the common denominators on why the scan is here. Yesterday's movers, pre-market movers. I'll be back at 11. Ion DNA. Let me go to the main page. Mike, what do you think about PayPal? That's the one stock I took. The one that I like right now, Lewis, is PayPal out of any of them. And I did buy some in the fund. I bought 400 shares of PayPal. I'll get back to that in a second. I'll get back to why, Lewis, in a second. Another good question. Lewis is getting, Lewis, I see your numbers too. It's no surprise that your numbers are going up in your participation. Serious. Bravo. Proud of you. Overstock. Whew. As per the video yesterday, that was our plan. Good call on gold sell. Same drill as yesterday. Gold. Okay. PayPal. Pardon me. What do I think about PayPal? PYPL. New share screen. I'm taking a position in it right here. This when I talked about the holding the balloon underwater and having one of these stocks explode on a pop. This is one of them. Okay. Now we'll go to I told you it's a tool. It can go lower, but this is definitely low. The RSI has never been lower on PayPal. I like the fact it was yesterday. It was positive yesterday. Did it break yesterday's low yet? It hasn't broken yesterday's low of 101. Let's go to today. I think I bought it this morning. What 101, 103, but it's hanging in there. You don't want it to go. You don't want it to go below 100, Lewis. You know what I mean? But it's a good starting point. I think it's a better starting point than Square, even though I think Square is a better company. But Square's not done with this channel yet, and it's got a better risk. PayPal has a better risk to reward because the RSI is not even. It's not. I don't feel that pressure on it yet. So let me go to a couple of charts in my universe, and let me see what they're doing right now. Futures going lower. USO, we broke even in it. CFLT, we got problems. Ugh. All right, let me show you what I'm looking at here. When I go, ugh. Futures breaking lower. But you know what? And I will say this to Tim, that futures going down in the market being down this early is a positive. You don't want this to happen at 3 o'clock because then people get nervous. This is still, more distribution, even some more margin calls. Is this my universe here? This is the universe. All right. Stock I traded today, NU, one of Warren Buffett's biggest stocks. Stock went from $11.80 to $8 today into earnings. Now let's look at NU. I had it overnight and I sold it. Did the Mike V? I sold it early. Let's look at early in the morning. I came in NU fact and I sold it at $10 this morning. Okay. So I was out of the trade. Then I saw what happened. This, by the way, this is 4 a.m., 4:30. So let's take off. So I was out of it. So let me take off outside regular action. So then I saw the stock go from $10. Oh, actually, it shows I sold it at $9.80. And then I started buying it again at $8. So in 3 days, this is the 3-day down roll, Mike V. So in 3 days with good earnings, it went from, bear with me, it went from $11.80 to $8. I'm in it on huge volume. Yesterday it did 3 days, it did 48 million shares. Now it is one of these, do your research. It's one of these payment providers. So I went in, when did I enter it? I went in right here. I started buying it at this gap at 810 and a little bit below the 50-day. So it went a little bit below that. You'll see all my trades. Hold on a second. I had 12 at 10 or 12,000. I have 8,000 left right here. So I started buying, like I told you, at the 828, whatever, 810 gap. Started buying I had 12,000 shares. I started buying more at the low of 790. And then I sold a bunch of it. I had 12,000. I sold a bunch of it at 814. So now I only have 8,000 left. The stock is 8. I think it's a safe stock for me to enter. And if it, hold on. Let's look at 3 days. I wanted to see it go above 9. I don't think it's going to go above 9 today, the long-term chart. You could, I don't know. I'm probably going to get out of it. They're better. You know what I mean? There's so much overhead resistance on here now. I like the volume came in. Like I said, I avoided a problem. I could have started a little bit earlier. So NU I had some of USO. Here are trades. I covered some of it here. I'm short some of it now. Where are my positions? I'll show you my positions. These are my positions. CFLT. Look at this thing. NU. I'm short USO. My price is what? This is what it took money off in. NVTA. Got out of that. Overstock options I had. I sold that well. the overstock options, if you see here, I had calls. I sold the majority of my calls at 13, 10, and 12. They're $8 right now. Good trade. If I'm going off on tangents, I apologize. CFLT seems to be my problem right now. And I'm bottom fishing, but I'm not going to add to it. CFLT. Why am I doing it? Third, hold on. Remove trend lines, chart parameters, take off my trades. CFLT. Why am I in this? Okay. CFLT was one of our bigger winners about 3 weeks ago. Stock was 85. This is fourth day down. This is why it's a net problem. Red bar, red bar, red bar, red bar. So the third day down didn't work. So I'm buying it around 40, the strike price. I'm going to get out of the CFLT. Stock in 4 days has gone from 58 to 40. Okay. So in 4 days, the stock has gone down $18. What is that, coach? 25% in 4 days. Yesterday, I thought it was the volume, third day down with the capitulation, but it didn't work. So listen, I'm down, what, $1,800 in it? It took a little bit of, what was the low? 40.25 was the low with the volume. Now it's 40.88. I own it from where? CFLT from 42. I'm down $1 on a stock that's down $18 in 3 days, 4 days. So, you know what? I'm a little early. Let's look at the weekly, 1 week chart. What I'm looking for, probably if it goes above, I'm going to get out of it. I'm going to get out of it, probably break even on most of it. And I missed the trade. I don't even like it anymore. There's better out there. So I'm not going to concentrate myself on one of these big losers. Any other questions for a second if I'm going off on them? Mike, do you remember talking about Para? All right. I don't like Viacom anymore, Lewis. Good question. Another one. You know what I mean? I don't like it anymore. That gap down. Well, let me show you my screen. And good question, Lewis. That gap down, I could see myself. How you doing? That made all the believers that had it, that non-believers. This overhead resistance is, you want to talk about needing a catalyst now? The trade's over. And we did get out of a lot of Viacom. I don't own it anymore. Roku obviously heard it. If Viacom's not making it, Roku's not doing anything. Viacom's over. You know what I mean? Viacom has turned into IBM. You know what I mean? Viacom's no over. Any other questions about that one, Lewis? I didn't steer you, perfectly in that one. Let's look at what the wise guys are buying right now. Hold on. Yeah, getting back to Viacom, Lewis. I don't. That trade's over. It's just a broken entity, and it's one of these stories that either even activists RSX is bullish. So it's telling me that China's going. Is that right? RSX. Russia. Is Russia making a bounce here? No. So this is when they say when I look at RSX calls and RSX bullish, I go to my chart and I see this. So I see RSX has done a million share print, and that's the Russia ETF. So you want to talk about an ETF going from 25 to 19. Let's keep an eye on this. So a lot of calls went off on this sweep. So RSX, goes up in 1971. Maybe it goes to 20. There are better trades out there. I'm definitely not endorsing buying a Russia ETF at the moment, but RSX is one we got to keep an eye on. What else do I have? What else are the wise guys doing? Tesla puts, RSX bullish. Let's keep an eye on RSX. Lyft bearish, FIVN, Tesla puts. So I see Tesla puts going off. Apple bearish. I wouldn't touch Apple with Madoff's money. Apple, I don't know what coach thinks, but I think Apple's going into the 150s. There's the chart on Apple. And you reverse that chart on Apple, do the reverse. That was a buy. If you reverse it, I wouldn't touch Apple. You're kidding me? Trade's over. What about Google? It looks horrible, Google. Although it did make new lows. Let's look at PayPal. What are we doing? Did we buy correctly? All right. PayPal I don't think you're going to miss anything. I'd like to see more volume on capitulation. PayPal. What else are the wise guys doing? Hold on. Be on this one. So many screens. ARC puts, UNG bullish, BTU bullish, NU bearish. That's not good for the family. Shoe XLF bearish, so they don't like the fins. BTU, so they're going into energy. I could tell, if I went through this feed, I could tell you what the market is doing right now. Silver, call, silver bullish. What's silver doing? I'll just look at silver on a breakout. I'll have to look at you know what? I don't have to look anything. I can go over Coach's video on YouTube. This is if I want to know what silver is doing, I'll go right here. I'll go to the video what Coach put up this morning. I'll go back to the video. So I don't have to worry about it. I'll have to do my research. I got Coach behind me. So what are they moving now? Let's go to my sexy list, for lack of a better term. Let's see what's moving. Our top list. Let me get my face out of there. Share. New screen. All right. This is what they're doing. Top list with movers. Large range with 2 minutes from the open. Skin. Nugget. JUNG. Those are reverse triple gold ETFs. Where's the nugget? Lewis, why aren't you on this nougat? Look at the nougat. This is what I see when I see nougat. Look at this chart. That's the gold ETF. That looks brilliant. What a flag, Coach, right? Let's look at JNUG. That doesn't look as good. Let's look at the opposite. Look at dust. Dust, short dust. What is the other one? Dust. Dust, JNU, nougat. I used to know all the reverse ones, but I tried to put those reverse ones out of my memory. Those are dangerous, those things. New share. Okay. So gold ETFs right now are on the top range list. That's not a good sign. SQQQ, the reverse NASDAQ ETF, is near the high. No interest. TJ Maxx actually rebounded. TJ Maxx, I think, was down $5, $6. And that, by the way, CPE, what's moving now? Let's look at the lows. What's near the lows? I'm afraid to look, but not really. GH, EXA, Marna. We gave it a Marna. Marna. What about Marna? What about Marna, guys? What did I say about Marna yesterday? First of all, let's look at this. Marna down 9 on volume near the low. What did we say about Marna yesterday? Somebody raise your hand and make me feel good. Hold on. Marna. I have to go back and look at Marna. Is it going to require the glasses? Not only do the glasses go, we're on glasses now, Tim. We got to get out the bifocals from Marna. It's important, though. I want to make a point. Nice call. Oh, you saw it, Lewis. Thank you. I don't have to go back because Lewis is on that it was overdone. No, I beg to differ on that one, Coach. Because I am going to short it. I may even take some more into earnings, Marna. Devin took some USO. Devin pre. Plan today. Macy's. Marna. I like Marna short. Right there. That was what? A day ago. Not in it, though. Macy's, by the way, reversed. What a reversal that was. So that told us. You know what told the story? Am I going overboard here? I just want to make another macro point. And this is, I'm glad I remember this because I wrote it down. This told the story how the market was weak today. Home Depot yesterday followed through brilliantly. Lowe's had brilliant numbers, opened positive. Lowe's was at one point, it closed at 214. It was 227. So Lowe's at one point was up $13. Lowe's. And Home Depot just took the chance on Lowe's positive numbers to just do the complete opposite. And it sold off on good Lowe's numbers. So that tells you how weak the market is. Because you know what? If the market was strong, Home Depot would have been positive on the Lowe's numbers. Instead, they took a chance on selling what's arguably the best of breed. There's the Home Depot chart. Looks like the Tesla chart to a degree, and sold Home Depot off onto good Lowe's numbers. Does anyone, you know what I mean? So that's what I'm getting at. And by the way, if you like Marna short, and you go to any questions, you got to think about Invex. There's Invex. Why not Invex? Right here. Invex. All right, so let me get into the bottom line and just get down to what's moving, and then I'll get back to it. Look for the earnings plays. I'll be posting a little bit after lunch. Let me just go again and show you guys our top list. So so if I were coming back to lunch now, would it be like 12:30? This is the first thing I go to. I go to my universe. What's acting well? Right here. GDXU, FSM, metals as usual, EXK silver, API is a short squeeze, SSRM is a gold, the silver, DraftKings, big deal. It's a short squeeze. I'm not interested. But on the lows, and then I go to my alert page. High float movers, skin. What's moving up? Overstock. Overstock is 44 now, near the lows on 1,000% volume. Wow. INDO, DraftKings. So this is what has volume, and what's moving up. Well, also one of these new features I like, change in 10 minutes in volume in the last 10 minutes. So Overstock has gone up, has went up 1% with well, let's look at Overstock. So it took a little bit of a bounce here. That's what it says. Overstock just bounced. Well, not really. This is what I see with Overstock, but Overstock's hot, but it's not really showing anything. The only time I would think about Overstock that breaks this open right here. See this open bar? That's what you call an opening range. Hold on. Remove. That's what you call an opening range. This is the opening range on Overstock right here. So if it does happen to get above the opening range of, what is this? 47, it's still in the danger zone. And if it definitely goes above 48, I'm really interested. But these are the levels in Overstock I'm interested in now. Crypto's not helping. Certainly was Amazon now. Amazon's not helping, down 40. And Mara, which is, I thought it was down $1.40 at one point. Oh, it actually bounced a little bit. So Mara and Overstock, Mara should be helping in the crypto side, no help there. And Amazon, even on the retail side, is not helping there. So naturally, Overstock's down to that point. So I'll leave you with that. And I look at this page first. I get a gauge and an idea. SMAR breaking lows. TJX new high. Interesting. Breaking down on volume. Hold on. Look at this page. This is not good. Breaking out on volume, but breaking down. LL. Lumber liquidator is my first position. Look at this one. Ugh. All right, so I'm going off on tangents. We'll leave you with this, guys, okay? So let me see if there's any TradeGATEHub questions, because I can't leave anybody hanging without any questions. Hold on. Let me sign out of this. In TradeGATEHub, what do we got here? Okay, good stuff. Expert and labor. No, there is no chance. Lewis asked me about XBI. No, there isn't, Lewis. There's no chance on XBI. I want to do it too. I can't wait for the trade. XBI. No, there isn't. I thought the volume yesterday on XBI should have been it. You know what? Because it should have made a higher low. This should have been it, right? Like this type of move here. Hold on. XBI should have held this low, this higher low. That's when you want to see bottoms, and now it's in trouble. Labu. Labu's a triple ETF, and things get exacerbated on the move down because it's a triple ETF. No, you'll know. Look at the Labu. The Labu's not even extended RSI, Lewis. It's a good question, and you know, because Lewis knows I'm trying, but no, I don't like Labu. I don't like Labu, but you know what? This is a market specific. When Lowe's and Home Depot go in the opposite way, and when you have Tesla that was negative and something like this is stock picking, and a lot of things have no rhyme or reason. It's even more so why you got to be in the room, and I'll leave it at that. So what is the futures doing now? What's this CFLT doing to me? The futures bounce. So where's my CFLT? All right, these are my positions now. USO. Hold on. New share. These are my positions now. USO is going down. So I see that USO is making a move down. What's clear? Devon. RRC, I may want to short. Where's RRC? I'm going to short some RRC. Am I? Where's CFLT? Maybe I'll buy more of this pig. Let's buy 200 more at the market. USO. Buy 600. We'll cover some USO at the market. And why did I do that? I'll cover some USO at the market live right here. Where are my trades? So I'm just taking some USO. So when USO goes from 67.40, it's a good move for me. Any other questions, Lewis? Good for you guys. Lewis, I'm proud of you again, not to overdo it, but good job. You're asking the right questions. All right, so leave everybody off with that. I'll be back after lunch. Please answer all questions. Once again, for those that don't know, TradeView Markets, our site. I might short more USO too. That's why you sign in to TradeGATEHub, boom, and we give you the action, what's going on right here. Okay, so see you later, guys. Have a plan and stay with it, guys. Cheers.